a number of you, John, Ashok, and others, thank you so much for being on. Thanks so much for giving us your time. This is going to be a very, very exciting year. I promise you, we're doing things differently. Ahmad, as usual, has challenged us to really, push the boundaries of our imagination and creativity and create not an online version of our offline accelerator, but rather a totally renewed and exciting program. And I'm really excited to share all of this with you guys. Thanks for being with us.
Great. Thank you, Karim, for that. And I think without further ado, we'll just kick off. Just to give a couple of housekeeping rules. Nelly, have you done the housekeeping yet? Or do you want to do the housekeeping?
Yeah, not yet. I can do the house.
Yeah, please go ahead and it, great guys. As you know, Nelly has been with us for I think 6 or 7 years.
For forever. Yes.
Yes, forever. She has started, and I'll introduce you, Nelly, because maybe some of the experts don't know you. She started with us as a campus director and worked her way from a competitor in the Hult Prize to a campus director to basically now, if I was to get hit by a bus, Nelly would take over. That's how much she knows about the Hult Prize and how critical she is to our organization. She's the head of our global programs, and it's exciting to have you with us, Nelly. If you could, and she keeps us in line, which is why she can tell you how this session is supposed to run. And I'll do what I do, which give you the feedback.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ahmad, for that lovely introduction. So yes, welcome everyone. I'm already recording this session, so in case you have any problems during the session, I will be sending over the link afterwards. Welcome to our very first activity, our very first 1-minute pitch with experts. This is, as you know, our network and kickoff week. So this is really also the first time we're all listening to each other. Remember, all of our regionals were virtual, so I believe not even the teams have listened to each other pitching yet. So this is the first time we're all listening to each other, getting to know each other. The way this is going to work is I'm going to hand it off to Ahmad. Then each team will come and do a 1-minute pitch followed up by a 1-minute feedback from Ahmad. And then we have around 10 seconds between team and team to switch and come to the next one. You have the pitching order. Anyway, in the back, I'm sure you can all see my screen. Let me confirm. But you're going to be seeing your picture that you shared with us. I hope this serves like a good motivation to send better pictures of your teams and the name of your team. So even if you forget the order, you're going to see when you're coming next. Quick before we start, also I want to welcome the amazing group of experts that we have joining us today. I understand we have approximately 20 of them joining this call to listen to you. We're gonna have 2 more calls similar to this one, same version, and we will likely in some of them see some experts coming again or new ones coming to see your pitches. We're gonna have approximately 60 experts during the whole 12 weeks coming to listen to you. And finally, some reminders for the teams. Our personal recommendation is keep track of your favorite pitches. If you can, give shout outs, send comments to each other, upload it to social media, tag us, tag the other teams. Again, this is a time for you to meet each other. And for the experts, also keep track of your favorite teams. Andrea, that has been in contact with you all this time, will be collecting feedback from you at the end so that we can relay it to the teams, if any, after the session. That's all from my side. Ahmad, I'm gonna hand it off to you now, so we can
Great.
start.
I'm getting my timer ready.
Great.
We're all excited. I'm sorry if there was some confusion. This event is not being broadcast outside of this community. While I love the ambitious nature, we were just teasing you guys. This is going to be private. It's experts, our team, staff, and maybe some invited guests. Other than that, we will not be broadcasting yet. I wanted to at least give us some warm-up time before we put your beautiful faces and ideas for changing the world into the mass marketplace. But in all seriousness, hope you guys are ready. You'll have 1 minute. I'm going to be, not as strict. I'm going to be pretty strict, but not as usual, just given that I think we have a little bit more, less teams. A couple of them got too nervous, which is fine. But we'll start with Warm My Lungs, and I will limit my feedback to approximately a minute. And my feedback is more so not going to be on your business. It's going to be on your presentation, and we'll let our expert community obviously is taking notes, and they all may have some things to say, and we'll have some time at the end. And I don't know if we can, but I'd love to hear from some others as well. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Warm My Lungs, again, which was one of the winners of our regional Hult Prize events this year. So please, Samuel, if you will do the honors. You are now live.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad. Thank you for this chance. I will start. Sounds check good. Okay, right. I will start. Have you ever heard about Jakarta as the most polluted city in the world? And concurrently, Indonesia faces the most pressing problems every year. The forest and land fire disaster contribute to climate change in the form of air pollution. Both of these problems are estimated to cause around 7.8 million people infected with acute respiratory infection. And air pollution puts Indonesia in the fourth position worldwide as a country with the highest rate of death attributed to infection. It's about 100,000 deaths. It's a silent, invisible killer, and many Indonesians don't care about this. Responding to this catastrophic issue, we developed Warm My Lungs. It is a lung-scanning platform with both eco-movement lifestyle at once. Our solution comprises of multiple innovative features: health facility aggregator, AQI index with alert and recommendation actions, WML tips, WML statistics, WML movement for green initiatives, and in the coming years, the issue of air pollution will continue to exist along with the increasing industrialization in Indonesia. With Warm My Lungs, we will combat this air pollution. I am Samuel Sertonga, Ricky, and Vania. Warm My Lungs, breathe without any worries.
Okay, time. Great. So, great pitch. I think it was a little difficult for a lot of people to hear you. So we need to make sure, we need to fix that somehow. But you did not do your startup justice. Warm My Lungs is tackling one of the biggest issues in the world in unidentified air pollution. That human beings are dying by the millions because they don't know that they are being exposed to pollution, to pollutants in the air. And I believe that sentence right there, you didn't really, that's so important, and that your company has built and is already generating revenue on a real prototype and technology which you've developed, which allows users, average people, to know when the air is clean and when it's dirty. And an alert is being sent to their mobile phone, and you figured out a way to make that profitable. So I think if you just mentioned those three things, you would have the attention of the entire audience in this room. But thank you so much for that presentation. Let's go to the next team.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we have White Sapphire from Al-Azhar University, all the way from my home country in Palestine. We are excited. If they are on, we will turn the stage to White Sapphire.
Yeah, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, Khaled, loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this chance. Well, talking about pollution, if we actually look to the definition of pollution in the dictionary, we can find that pollution is any addition of any substance to the environment at a faster rate than the environment can dissolve or recycle. And on the other hand, if we looked at the consumption of human being of the leftover of plastic, we can find that we add plastic every day in our daily life to the environment at a way faster rate than the environment can actually handle. And that's the problem here. The problem is And if we actually look at a solution, we can find that there are many solutions, just like recycled plastic and other stuff like that. But we're not looking to only save the environment. Our team, Wise of Fire, is looking to actually improve the environment by planting more trees. And how we add these two things together? By having plastic that actually, when it dissolves, it creates like plant seeds, and it actually grows to a whole plant. We have some prototypes that actually worked, and that is just my idea. Thank
Okay.
you. Our idea, sorry.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, I'm glad we're not public, because you are not doing these ideas justice. So folks, as you're pitching your 1 minute idea, it's all about, look, people have been talking about recycling plastics for decades, if not centuries. There's no incentive, right? On the other side, we have trees, which we know are a natural combatant of pollution and make our environment better. We figured out a way to make it possible so that every time you throw away a plastic bottle, a tree grows in its place. And we've developed that technology, and we've prototyped it. And that's why you guys are here, because it's amazing to watch a plastic 2-liter bottle in a course of a couple of weeks be transformed to a tree.
To plant.
I saw that with my eyes, and that's what I think. You just keep it simple. We don't need to know that much detail as we do the 1 minute pitches, okay? So
thank you so much.
Great job, Khaled, and great job to your team. I hope you guys are staying safe there in Gaza.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to the next team, please. All right.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yep. Bruno, you are good. We're going to go to Treasure Hunters, representing Hult International Business School, San Francisco campus. The 1 minute is yours.
All right. So did you know that about 9.8 million tons of furniture end up in the landfill every year in North America alone? That's about the same weight as 4 couches every single second. More often than not, this furniture is in good condition and deserves a second life. By finding, collecting, and reselling used furniture, we provide a budget-friendly, sustainable, unique alternative to furnishing an apartment. So on one side, we have the hunters moving into a new city and looking to buy furniture. And on the other side, we have the owners moving out and needing to get rid of their furniture in a sustainable manner while making a few bucks. That's where we come into play to make the transaction possible. With every order, we expect to save 256 pounds of furniture from going to the landfill. We're the treasure hunters, and we're bringing sustainability to the furniture industry. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that was a very, very smooth pitch. Great job. I think in the front, I wouldn't just throw out statistics. I would actually say that, because you guys have a great story in that you experienced this problem as you moved to college, as you had to move into your apartments. So I would probably come out and say, in America alone, 20 million students relocate into new apartments every year. And leaving behind the class that is moving out is throwing away X billions amount of dollars worth, etc. We at Treasure Hunters have fixed that by creating an in-demand marketplace for furnishings, so that instead of buying new, we can reconsume and recycle, and then, that'll take you 30 seconds. And then you've got the immediate attention. And I'd love to know a little bit that it's not just an idea, that you built that marketplace. And so far you've got market traction with, 1,000 users already signed up for your technology. Okay, but great pitch.
Very much, Ahmad.
Oh, you're welcome. I love it. Next, please. Jute X, our Bangladesh champions. Are you on the line?
Yes, I'm on the line. How are you?
I'm doing great. You've got 60 seconds whenever you're ready.
Yes. All right. Bicycle is a popular mean of transportation, which are mostly made of aluminum alloy due to lightweight. But aluminum is harmful to our environment. It releases a massive amount of toxic gases during extraction and processing. For that reason, Team Jutex has come up with making jute fiber bicycles, which will be both lightweight and cheaper than aluminum frames. Also, we will not be depending on the imported raw materials because our country is the largest producer of jute fiber in the world. Already, a sample has been made and industry tested, which proves its reality and sustainability. Besides, the annual growth of bicycle in terms of revenue will be around 38 billion US dollar by 2023. If we can grab only 0.1% of the total market, we will be earning revenue of around 38 million US dollar. Now, if we give you an opportunity to buy a bicycle having all the facilities at $220 instead of $300, won't you buy it from us? Thank you.
Great. And I think this is a case for those teams out there who are pitching relatively simple and well-known concepts. You know, for you, Asanullah, you're pitching bikes. And you need to really be compelling in that 1 minute, because we've all heard of bamboo bikes. We've all, you know, most people probably know what jute is, I'm assuming, but we don't know what makes you special, because there's been many to fail. And I think it's important also from a global perspective that people understand that in Bangladesh, they don't have bike lanes. They don't ride bikes. And we know that the best way to eliminate pollution is to get cars off the road. And you have a culture in Bangladesh. You're Bangladeshi. You know that there is no culture for bicycles, and you believe it's because they're just too darn expensive, not readily available. So you've taken a naturally produced product and you've created not just a bike. Fantastic. Tell me about the purchase orders you have. Tell me how you're going to get that bike into the hands of every Bengali out there, and why you're going to be successful. So great presentation. Let's go to the again. I think they're all my favorites. I love the bikes. So great. Imperial College, Multis Media, with a great foodie startup, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Kai, CEO of Multis Media, and we're developing animal-free growth media for cultivated meat producers. We recognize that meat production is currently highly unsustainable, but the demand for meat is only growing. But there are companies right now that can actually produce something called cultivated meat, which promises to deliver the same meat just without the need to kill the animals, providing the same taste and experience with only a fraction of the environmental impact. However, one of the key challenges facing this new industry and preventing cultivated meat companies from commercializing is the access to the expensive nutrients that are required to grow the cells, and they make up to 80% of production costs. So what we're doing is developing a tailored animal-free growth medium for cultivated meat that will be 99% cheaper than current solutions. Our aim is for every cultivated meat company to have an optimized growth medium using our products, but most importantly, we'll be accelerating the forefront of an industry that will replace the devastating impacts of agriculture.
Very nice, right on time. Yours is a little tricky because it's science, but I think your positioning was quite well, but you can even do it better, right? I want to know that the alternative meat industry is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. And as of today, the engine which makes it go is proprietary, right? Every one of the alternative meat companies has a proprietary ingredient that is allowing them to produce the alternative. What Multis Media has done has taken the main ingredient and is producing it at mass scale, making it available to everyone and democratizing the entrepreneur's journey to create more of this product, so that we can finally eliminate our massive dependence on traditional protein source. But well done. I think Kareem's probably nodding his head. I think you were one of his favorites as well in the alternative meat space. So thank you so much. Great 1 minute. And I hope our mentors are getting as excited as I am. So far, so good. You guys are pitching much better than I thought you would on day one. Let's go back to Palestine. We've got Greeners from the Arab American University in Palestine.
Hello? I'm here.
Yep, you're live, Ahmed.
Hi, Ahmed. Hello. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. Feel free to get started when you're ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Ahmed from Team Greeners from Palestine, and I'm ready to pitch now. Can I start?
Yes.
Some of the chemical fertilizers may cause include water or pollution or chemical burn to crops, increased air pollution, and soil contamination. They also have major risks on human beings, such as cancer and other diseases. So we're here with a new product that is typically a new type of fertilizer that is eco-friendly. This fertilizer has more advantages than the other known types of fertilizers, which are chemical or organic types. It also does not harm human beings, not even on the long term, and definitely does not cause water and soil pollution. Our products are fully natural and sustainable. They are priced $20, which is a lot less expensive than other fertilizers. Each product sold reduces 75 tons of CO2 emissions. Okay, would this
Okay,
make you?
Ahmed, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
I'm done. Would you like? Would this make you choose wisely next time you buy our fertilizers? Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think you have not done your startup justice. You gave us a 60-second product description, which is okay, but not when you're selling fertilizers, right? What you need to tell us, there's 1 billion companies selling fertilizers, right? Why in your target market does the selling of fertilizers not work? And why do those regular fertilizers harm our environment? And why will your success mean a disruption in the for good, for impact space in the environment to align with this year's challenge? And then of course, I'd love to know more about why you. Was your father a farmer? Do you have somebody on your team who's a farmer? Like, why are you an expert in fertilizers? Because again, it's a very competitive industry, and it's very difficult for college students to compete. So I want to know. I know there's something special there, but I didn't hear it. Okay, but great job. And Kareem, can you jump in, please? I just want to give some direction. Are our experts supposed to be taking notes? Do they have scorecards? What are they supposed to be doing so we can give them instructions?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ahmad. So the experts are now taking notes. They're taking notes about each startup. They're taking highs down. They're taking lows down. They're also putting together recommendations or pieces of advice that they want to share with you guys. And we are going to be collecting all of that information in a form that's going to be automatically generated right after this call, and then sharing that with you guys in a more organized way. So definitely participating, definitely involved, and looking forward to hear your feedback, experts.
Great.
Not required, but of course.
Yes, and yeah, Ryan, if Nelly, could you post also at least the schedule? Let's go ahead and get that out to the group here, so that we have that. I don't know if you can do that in Zoom. Put a link to it or something out there in the comments bar. And we have experts just sent out our media kit, I believe. If you haven't got it, check your inbox. It'll be there, which contains the descriptions of all of the teams, which will help you. And again, this being our first kickoff, I think we'll continue to improve the process with our virtual experts. So if you have input and feedback for us, we'd love to have it. But
hey, Ahmad, this is Kathleen. How are you all?
Hey, Kathleen.
How are you? Sorry, I was the last minute addition, so I'm frantically typing notes in an email to myself, and then I'll put them on this form when I get it. How many are there total? Just want to make sure my phone has enough battery.
I think today there's something like 23 out of the 33 or 4 or so that are presenting. So we're scheduled to end by 11:20, basically 11:30 the latest, I think.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and guys, that's Kathleen Rogers, president of Earth Day, who runs the actual Earth Day movement when you celebrate Earth Day it's Kathleen behind it. So great to have you with us, Kathleen. Amazing that you'll be listening in, and I think you'll be impressed with some of these great ideas. But if we could please send Kathleen, she may not be on the initial outreach list. Make sure she has the media kit, the descriptions to make her life a little easier. Okay, we are, you've got a lot of fans, by the way, Kathleen, if you look at the chat group. Let's go to the next team, please. We got Klein Air from Nairobi. You're up. Ready when you are. 60 seconds.
Hello. Jambo. That's how we greet in Kenya. It's Swahili Jambo.
Jambo.
So, yeah, you say Jambo too. Okay. Let me take you through the tour of what clean air entails. So, should I start? Okay. Basically, in Kenya, we spend 90% of our time inside the house. Now, clean air ensures that when you are indoors, you breathe clean air. So we offer purifiers that help tackle indoor air pollution in homes, cars, or rather say vehicles, and commercial buildings such as offices. We are a team, we are an amazing team actually. We are family, as you can see, and we love fun. We don't give up. And we like actually to connect with people and get more insights on how we can make our startup better. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you for that. You are not giving your business justice. What I'd like to know, because we may not know what the situation looks like on the ground in Kenya, but what we need to look at is the opportunities that exist in providing clean air detection and solutions at a commercial scale. And I think your ability to have gone into office buildings and retail centers is a game changer on your ability to bring clean air to the population. Very much like we had another startup before, which talked about Warm My Lungs, which talked about the unknown killers. And I know this is big on the Earth Day perspective, the pollutants in the air that we don't see. And that's what we need to focus you on. And I want to know more about what you've done in this space to remediate that problem. Okay, but great presentation. Let's go to the next team, please. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit here. I'd like to go to Agro Seda. If you are here from Durham College.
It's actually Durham University in the UK. Hi, but it's
Shirley, that's you. I thought you were Happy Lettuce.
Yes, so the product is Happy Lettuce, but our team is Agro Seda. Seda stands for Shirley, Emir, Diego, and Alberto. So, which is quite nice.
Just for the record, I like the name Happy Lettuce better.
Yes, that's our product. So we'll go by that.
Right. You've got 60 seconds to shock the world.
Okay, what's up, guys? So you guys eat this every single day, right? And you love it. And you have this with all your meals. So we want to offer you a product that is hands-on, that cures your pollutions as well as feeds your tummy. So we bring you our affordable, personalized hydroponic plant pods that enables you to grow your favorite lettuce at the flexibility of your time, the comfort of your home, and the best of all, enjoy planting together with the world. So moving on to my next member, Emir.
You pick and choose the color of your pots and restructure it to match the beauty of your home in any way you like.
Yes, and Happy Lettuce comes with its own interactive social media app. So you can plan and share with your family and friends wherever you are. The apps offer interactive facts, games, reminders, delicious green recipes, and personalized icons. Let's build a life of self-growth, sustainability, and good stay-home habits. Join Happy Lettuce today, where happiness grows with you.
Great, thank you for the pitch. Quick feedback. This is, again, the cool thing about the environment and for good, for profit ideas that come is that we actually don't have to reinvent a lot of things. and, you know, hydroponics, aquaponics, that you can plant and grow your own food is an idea that's been around for centuries, right? First of all, only one of you should probably go when it's a 60-second, although I thought that was pretty fun. Well executed.
Challenge.
Yes. But look, I'd like to know more about why people haven't adopted this simple practice of bringing, you know, remember when I told you when I was so excited, like, why do I go to the grocery store, load my car up with, you know, 10 pounds of produce, drive back to my house when I could just order a $199 kit from Home Depot and grow my own tomatoes, etc. It's because the whole process sucks, right? So you've reinvented by making it cool, integrating it with social media. We've taken a 100-year-old idea of growing your own fruits and vegetables in your house, and we've modernized it for 2.0. It's Instagram integrated, it's diet integrated, it's friend integrated, and it's allowing a new model for this, you know, million-year-old technique. Okay, but great job.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, E-Regulator from the University of Jordan.
Hi, am I on?
You are on and live, and we hear you, and we see all of your computers.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Omar Nafi, and I'm the CEO of E-Regulator team. Our idea is based on building a smart regulator rather than the old primitive one. With that, we can control the flow and usage of gases, water, or even oxygen. So we can help limit the wasted environment resources. We have developed a device that can automatically monitor and control usage of that specific resource, and it's being controlled by an app. Our team is as follows: Laith Bader, he is the Network Security Administrator; Majdi Shawish, Software Engineer; and Laith Hiyari, Head of the Public Relations Department and Finance Manager. Last but not least, me, the Leader/CEO, Business Strategies and Workflow Manager. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Omar, for that. And this is a pitch. And again, Omar, I know how good your company is and your startup, but please take this feedback. I'm going to give it for the entire crew. Never leave the audience wondering what your idea is. And that's what I ended with this 60-second pitch. I probably don't need to know that much about your team right now, unless they have some critical skill or asset that it's worth mentioning. But I don't know what a regulator is. So I don't know what an e-regulator is. You know, you have to tell me the problem that exists first. So you started your presentation telling me what is an e-regulator versus a non-e-regulator. I don't know. Tell me what the purpose of a regulator is, and tell me why making it digital and moving from old to E is going to change the world. That's the breakthrough, not more about the actual regulator, if that makes sense.
It does. Thank you.
Wonderful. You did a great job. And I know more about your business, so I know it's great. And I can't wait to get you back on to let the world see that as well. Let's go on to the next team, please. I mean, 35 minutes in, I'm feeling fantastic. These guys are great. I don't know about you all, but experts that have been with us, I know a lot of them on the call have been here for years. Some of them, 8, 9 years. I think I'm very, very excited. I guess that's what happens when you have 300,000 start. You end up with a couple hundred that are game changers. So let's go to the great state of South Dakota and hear about why, and let's see if there's been a pivot, I don't know, on fashion 2.0, we'll call it. Go ahead, Bridget,
Yes,
are you picking?
Yes, this is Bridget. Good morning, everybody. Okay, with fashion being the second dirtiest industry in the world, it's no surprise that thrifting, the most sustainable way to purchase clothing, has exploded on the online marketplace. Online thrifting is expected to grow from a $22 to a $55 billion industry over the next 10 years. However, with hundreds of thrift shops on the web and new ones popping up daily, consumers complain that online secondhand shopping is overwhelming. There are simply too many items to sift through when shopping and no easy way to pick, quote, the best pair of vintage jeans out of the 500 options for sale. With this in mind, our team has created Forget Me Not, a mobile app which pulls data from all online thrift stores so that shoppers can not only search for a specific clothing item across hundreds of stores at just one time, but we also pick the best pair of jeans for you specifically. Our goal is to make secondhand shopping easy, efficient, and enjoyable. Walk in your forget-me-not thrifted clothes, knowing that each step you take is in a positive direction. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice. And, again, full disclosure, I spent some time with these guys before because they called me and made an appointment, again, which all of you could do if you're aggressive enough. On the pitch, I love it. I think you're a little fast. That's all. Like, otherwise, structure, order, market size, product, demo, maybe I'd slow down a little bit. And I'd like to know also that you have traction. And I know it's 1 minute, but I think you made the point that the thrifting sector is booming in about 5 seconds. And you spent 20 seconds on telling us that this market is booming. We get it. It's a booming industry. And I also want you to spend a little more time talking about how difficult it is. Use the word discovery and curation, because that's the challenge. Every online store in thrifting is selling the same stuff. And that's important for our user to know that you've solved that problem. That is a big problem that you have solved. And Forget Me Not is going to be a big player in fashion. So great pitch, Bridget.
Thank you.
Hey, Maj, Greg Bauer. Can I make a comment?
Yeah, sure, Greg.
Okay. Great pitch. But neither one of you told us the name of the company until we were about 30 seconds into the pitch. So I'm sitting here saying, what's the name of the company that we're reviewing here? So get your name of the company up front.
Yeah,
perfect.
They may not see the slide on, and we have some guys on mobile, some guys calling in. That's I even missed that too. Thank you for that, Greg. And startups, we want to know who you are, so tell the world. What do you think so far, Greg, since you jumped in already?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. It took me a while to find the button. No, these are very exciting. These are really cool. As you said, been doing this a long time.
Guys, Greg's in his 11th or 12th year, more than Hult Prize cohorts we've actually had.
So no, I'm really pumped. I'm really excited. Good stuff going on here. Great material, everybody. It's in these 1 minute pitches. I know how hard they really are. It's particularly when you're doing for the first time. So as you're going to improve over time to the point where we're going to know everything we need to know in that 1 minute. So, but good first efforts, guys.
Great. I guess we have a 2 minute break to kind of compose our thoughts, hang out, open mic. If any of our experts want to jump in and say a couple words, please feel free.
Yeah, Ashok, I just wanted to say, as usual, when we look at the challenge, we kind of sometimes wonder, how in the world is this going to get translated into actual ideas? And it's the teams that open our minds, that inspire us. I just want all of them to know how much we appreciate you sharing your energy, your enthusiasm, and your ideas with us. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you so much, Ashok, guys. Hi, Auntie Amrita. How are you? Nice to see you.
Loving this. Just loving it.
Great. Thank you for being with us. We're on a little break. And we have some socials planned too. I know they're kind of cliche to do a social, but they work sometimes. You get your favorite drink, meal, whatever, and we'll jump on. So we have some of those planned so that we can try to get to know each other a little bit more informally as well.
Can I come in on this? Just a quick one.
What's up, buddy? Yes, yes, absolutely.
Good. Just a quick feedback for the teams is if you can mirror Ahmed's energy, that goes a long way. I find that Ahmed is more excited about the product than you are. That's a sad situation, actually. You need to I don't know, whatever. Have some chilies, coffee, anything you can go to get up your energy levels. Let's go up a little bit.
This is my secret.
There you go. Something like that. Let's get it up. But good job. So.
Yeah, good advice. Gemma, I hear you.
Yes, hi. Great job, everybody. I'm so excited. This is actually my second year mentoring expert. But I wanted to say that we as experts are experts in general fields and actually, and very specifically in the fields that we're in, but you guys are our go-tos for your field. So don't be afraid to be bold in how you talk about the problem and your solution, because you right now are the experts. You've found this tiny little niche that no one else has thought of. So we are looking to you to inform us and give us all the information we need so that we understand how your company works, what your product is, and how it's going to impact the world.
Yeah. Amen to that. Thanks for being here, Jim. And I think it's cool. I think if we have another break, it'd be awesome if we could hear from all the experts, at least for a minute or two. Does anybody else want to go before we open this back up? And I know I'm going to start getting yelled at by the...
Hey, I'll say hi. This is Cheryl, in California, out by the bridge. I love seeing everyone here. And if you want to get your energy up, burpees.
Yeah, probably we should start with a burpee session. Great,
Hello, Ahmad and everybody. I am here, my son Ibrahim from Palestine. I'm from Ramallah, Ahmad.
Hi, ahlan wa sahlan. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I heard a lot about you before. Now I have a chance to meet you, not face to face, but I can see you, but virtually. Hopefully we can meet here again in Palestine, inshallah.
Wonderful, inshallah. We'll look forward to it. Thank you for being on the call.
Thank you.
Hey, Ahmad, it's Kathleen again. Just a quick question. Since everybody had 60 seconds, I'm assuming they wrote it down, and I'm on my cell, and eventually I'm going to have to get off because I have another meeting and I came on late to this. Can everybody send their 60-second summaries?
Yes, we will post 60-second summaries. What we'll do is we'll actually, if they're not available, we'll transcribe this video because we're recording it, and then we'll get everything out so that you can have it. And then in the media kit, Kathleen, is a 30 or 40 word description.
Okay, just in case I missed one or two, which I might for a number of reasons, I just want to make sure I can read them.
Problem. Okay, I have to go to the next team because I get WhatsApp messages from all my people. And I want to respect the experts' time, even though I know everybody's having a great, I know. And like I told you guys when we started, I said, just come into the room and begin to fall in love with these startups and these ideas in the same way we have. Let's go to India. Infinity Box. Those of you that have ever ordered takeout will know that there's probably a better way to get your food. So let's hear from you guys at Infinity Box. You're on the clock for 60 seconds.
Yeah. Hi guys, am I audible?
You're good.
Hello.
Loud and clear.
Yeah. So hello everyone. So we live in a world where food delivery is ubiquitous. More than 80 million orders are being delivered in just one country, India, on a monthly basis. And this is expected to grow over 8 times in the next 5 years, thus creating single-use plastic waste everywhere. To solve this problem, we at Infinity Box have come up with a unique solution to create circular economy for completely recyclable and reusable, environment-friendly food-grade containers. We create a future where a food delivery container can be reused 100 times and the reverse logistic process is hassle-free. We partnered with India's largest food online aggregator, Swiggy, and thus for a pilot, and thus reached out to more than 50,000 people and saved more than 50 kgs of plastic from being dumped into our oceans and landfills. Thank you.
Great. Very nice. I think there's a lot more you can pack. Remember Greg's comment? That was Infinity Box. We are Infinity Box. Food delivery is the fastest growing sector in F&B. Unfortunately, the packaging is discarded. We figured out a way to fix that problem, right? And that's by creating a recyclable, reusable, up to 100x system. You might think there's some health and cultural norms, preempt some of the products, and then say, but I know it's going to work because I've already done a 50,000 unit deal. And and then at the 18 million goes at the end.
Yeah, sure.
18 million meals consumed, every day, every week, right? We have only the world to go. And then you drop the mic because you have $1 billion company. on your hands that can help save the planet. All right, next team, please. Thank you so much. All right, we've got B Freeze from Pakistan.
Hello, guys. How is everybody?
Hi, Mohammed. We're doing great. Let's hear what you got.
Okay, let's go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that you could save 50% off of your electricity bill? Interested, right? Let's get into it. I want to discuss a problem with you. The world wastes 12% of its energy on air conditioning alone. The global warming from them is causing our planet to keep sinking down and our bills to keep rising up. And these are causes everyone really cares about. So we came up with a humble solution. B-Freeze is an air conditioner that gives you the same performance under half the cost of the most sophisticated alternatives out there, keeping your pockets warm and your planet cool, because B-Freeze is extremely eco-friendly. So are you ready for the future of air conditioning? Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you, Mohammed, for that. I think B-Freeze, you know, your problem setup was great. I think the world wastes something like 70–80% of the air conditioning outputs that are produced. But maybe I want to know how you're cutting that in half. Did you invent individualized cooling? Did you invent more efficient air conditioners, which have still a high CapEx cost? You know, or am I looking at providing air conditioning for such a low price that people who have never been able to access it now can access it? And you know, from an economy perspective, the cooling and air conditioners and elevators are two of the things that led us out into the Industrial Revolution, right? So yes. Again, what is really happening with your business? You left me wanting more, but not enough more to follow up with you with a phone call. So great pitch, but let's put those edits in and we'll work on those this next couple of weeks. All right,
sure,
next. Thank you so much. Paul and B, let's go back to LATAM. Paul and B from Mexico, please.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Paul and B. Here. Hi. Let's begin. Can I begin? Hi.
You're up. Go.
Yes? Okay, thank you. If we disappear from the planet, the human being would only have 4 years left to live. Ecosystem services like pollination are taken for granted, and it has not been understood that the use of agrochemicals in the agricultural industry is causing them to disappear and doing several damage to the environment and biodiversity. The disappearance of bee pollination is a major example for this. Without bees, we would lose about 90% of the world's food. But that's why we've created Pollen Bee, where through environmental services, we can help farmers abandon these harmful techniques and begin the transformation into regenerative agriculture. Based on specialized field studies, we provide our clients with the necessary tools to maximize soil nutrition, fruit yields, and pollination density. Then, our clients can be certified with an organic seal and reduce their cost up to 80% and expand. All this while taking care of the planet and saving the environment.
Great. Thank you so much for that. I know a lot about your business. Obviously, you're one of our regional champions, and I think you need to be very argumentative in your pitch. It's a little bit different advice than I'd give the rest. I think the world knows that our experts know that the world's bee populations are dying. And every other bee startup, and I've seen a bajillion of them, and I hate them. I mean, even your startup, in the beginning, I said, Karim, I don't want that bee startup. I'm tired of hearing bee startups. And he said, no, bro, they're not restoring the bee economy and culture by asking other people to stop doing stuff, right? They're actually figured out how to re-engineer bee colonies, right? And then take those and scale them so that rather than asking the capitalist world to stop destroying bee colonies, there's like, oh, look, keep doing what you're doing, world. We don't care. We have the ability to build and restore faster than you have to destroy through a proprietary technology that we've built. And from your founder's experience as well, which is very critical. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I look forward to seeing more of that in your next presentation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next team, Okay, this is a new name. I think you guys have updated your names. Number 2 from the American University of Nigeria.
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good. Can I start now?
You can.
Okay. What if I told you that the best way to deal with waste is to create more waste? Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha Mai, and our business is Number 2. It's a fact that you, the average human, poops 3 times a week. Now, multiply that by 7.7 billion people. That's a lot of poop. Although fecal matter is the most common and renewable resource, it's continuously neglected. Thus, its benefits on soil fertility remain untapped. To change this narrative, Number 2 produces organic compost from human and livestock fecal matter. Our compost tackles soil infertility by rejuvenating lands and increasing crop yield. We intend to compete with chemical fertilizer companies, additives that slowly kill us and the world we know, slowly but surely. Yes, poop is dirty and disgusting. Even our bodies reject it. But believe us when we say that when refined, it's literally black gold. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much for that presentation and your wonderful energy. I hope you guys are staying safe there in Nigeria. I do want to comment quickly on any startups which are kind of pitching the obvious questions that may came up, like, okay, if it's such a big market, why hasn't anyone else done it? And 2, how come within your pitch, and I've always said this, fertilizers, compost, pesticides, these are big industrial players. Why haven't they gone into this space? I'm wondering that right off the bat. And every expert in this room is also wondering that, like, seen it before, et cetera. So where you can combat this preemptively in your speech, in your pitch, is why you. What's the magic, like what is the chutzpah that you saw that made you think I can go into this sector that the factories have missed, that people have missed for centuries? And I want to know about that in your 60-second pitch.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to the next team. I think we're moving fast. We've got Polymesh again from Mexico. Hi, Cecilia. How are you?
Hi, fine. Can you hear me?
I am. I hope you guys. I'm using this microphone today because my voice is starting to go. And they said, look, you don't have to yell so loud. Just use a microphone. But I think I'm still yelling, so this is probably making it worse. But anyway, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
All right, tell us about your wonderful startup. You have 60 seconds.
Thank you. As a market enjoys an ever-increasing choice and variety, brands need to stand out for their evolution and survival. But so do we. According to the World Health Organization, 91% of the world's population lives in places where air quality does not exceed or exceeds their guidelines. We are Polymesh, creators of the first smog-eating billboard in Mexico. We innovated using an intelligent nanotechnology coating that activates through sunlight, neutralizing pollutants in air, focusing on noxious and SOx's particles that comes from combustion. We apply this coating, transparent coating, to exterior advertising, allowing brands to have the opportunity to purify air. Basically, with every $25 spent on positive advertising, you are cleaning the air 1.2 trees would in a day. We shape brands, helping them move towards a more sustainable future. Join the battle. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for that wonderful pitch. I think the product demo portion was great. I think the business case maybe could be stronger up in the front to say, like, obviously we've got $60 trillion moving into the impact space. Brands are chasing each other to, get a piece of that market share. And your startup, right, is one which focuses on capitalistic companies, let's be realistic, to help us change the narrative on the sustainability of our planet. And we think by allowing them to make more money through advertising, but doing it in the right way, that we can not only tap into this kind of inner desire to be a market leader, but also allow them to win from an environmental perspective while doing it. I think in theory, I also want to know, because I know you have customers. So because it's a little crazy idea, it's always good to know that you have customers. Say like, this is not just a crazy idea. We've been doing this for the last year, and we have some of Mexico's top brands that are paying us already. That buys you credibility, which then as an expert or an investor makes me want more information. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, next.
Hi guys, how are you?
All right, this is our algae team. Ryan, I hope you've got your notes. Your notebook.
Yeah, I got my notes. Everything right. Ready?
Go.
Algax is a food production company focused on automated solutions for growing sustainable food. At Algax, we have developed a hydroponic microfarm in the form of a shelf that produces 7,000 plants per year, using 95% less water and reducing 3,000 kilometers of transport with no food waste. But our revolution comes with something we call farming as a service, meaning we install our hydroponic shelves in your local supermarket with no upfront cost. We control all the variables remotely, and we sell the plants that are produced on site. So far, we have developed a hydroponic automatization system for closed environment. We're in contact with supermarkets in the Middle East to install our hydroponic shelves, and we are developing our second prototype. So help us save the world a shelf at a time. Thank you very much.
Great, great, wonderful pitch on the product side. What you're missing, again, and this is some of the feedback I gave some of the others, it's a no-brainer. The world is starting to know like algae is a solution. What I want to know now is like, why isn't it mainstream? You know, and the one thing you could add to this 60-second is the lever of why it has not taken off so far. And then you have your product. You talked about traction, which is great. But then I also, if you can get it in, why you? Why are you for the 4 guys who are going to finally fix the opportunities being missed in the algae space? We believe it, which is why we selected you into this round. But you need to be able to tell the world that. And if you can do it in 60 seconds, you'll be a disruptive company for years to come. Thank you very much for that.
Just a comment there?
There's no comments. No
Okay.
comments. This is my show. This is my show. I talk, you listen, and next time we'll give you a chance. All right, next slide.
Bye-bye.
Although
Hi, everybody.
I appreciate the hustle. All right. What are we talking about? Tequila? What are we
Hello. Hello, Matt. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody.
Guys, I love the mustaches. Just
it's a new look. It's amazing. I love it.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
1 minute on the clock.
Perfect. Hey, everybody. We are Team Agave, and we are really into waste. Why? Because each year we produce 2 billion tons of waste globally. Just imagine that's 4,000 times the weight of the Burj Khalifa. Current solutions such as recycling are suboptimal as they accept the fact that too much is produced and they just handle the already produced excess in the best possible way. But an ideal solution would tackle the problem at its root, production. That's exactly what we do at Agave Networks by offering a smart marketplace that is able to predict, reallocate, and monetize surplus materials before they're even considered waste. Think of this way, you are building a small construction site, a house. So you usually generate 50 tons of wasted materials worth of $5,000 for you. Rather than just throwing this away, we connect you to another site or any other player that doesn't need to be from the same industry, which will require the material or that might have the ability to reprocess it, turning your waste into money and acting as a source of supply for another, saving 1 million tons of waste and CO2 emissions. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you for the pitch. Again, wonderful energy. Unfortunately, you left me wondering what your business does. You know, there was never, we are Agave Network. We do this. You know, you made me wonder. You gave me an example at the end. You talked to me about the waste industry. But I really want to know, as simple as you can explain, what you do, right? And then why the name, right? You have a very, neat ingredient name. It's like Chipotle, and then you don't talk to me about food. You know what I mean? Like I want to know Like what's happening? And I also want to know more within the 60 seconds on why you, right? Who are you guys? Like, are you an expert in this space, or are you just somebody coming at it from the outside? But the energy, the opportunity is very clear, and I think we can piece together a little bit more to have you guys go the complete distance. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, and guys, just in general feedback to everybody, this is day one. So like, believe me, how you do today has zero influence on how you're going to be doing it in 4 weeks. I can tell you that from experience. All right, let's go to the Applied Science University in Jordan.
Genevan team.
Great. Genevan is and who's are you presenting? Miriam?
Yeah, me and my
and
Lena.
me. Hi.
Okay, Miriam and Lena. You have 60 seconds on the clock.
Okay, let's start. Why worry about manually spraying fertilizers, seeds, and the nutrients into the agriculture fields?
G1 is a device that we invented that will be filled with a special type of capsules and will be attached to the legs of the livestock. And these capsules will contain seeds, fertilizers, and nutrients. And as simple as G1 is, while the livestock is walking, these capsules will be planted.
So while livestock is walking, they are cutting the overgrazing, desertification, and low agriculture economics in Jordan. As first movers, artificial intelligence is the bridge uniting human and animals. Thank you.
Good job. So I hope everybody out there got it, but I think you can present this in a much easier way. I think, the world right now is going after meat eaters. And you could play that up and say, the world is chasing and saying that the consumption of beef, pork, chicken is destroying our planet. And the solution has been stop eating meat and you'll fix the environment. What you're saying is, look, we're taking a different perspective. We're saying that for every tree we cut down, if we were a regular, let's say, construction company, we're going to plant a tree. So we're saying for livestock, all we're saying is whatever economic, environmental footprint that they're leaving behind, we are going to replace in real time by attaching, devices on their legs that regrow the grass that they eat. And we're creating a carbon neutral footprint for the livestock to be grown. And that, like, we've developed a way to make, traditional agriculture sustainable, right? That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
And then your product is, this is 1.0 of your product. I think it has potential to be a game changer. It's a really good idea. And I'd be interested to see what the crowd, you've got Khalid Hijab has just said, look, I'm in, have them call me, I will fix it. Boom, done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have from Vietnam, from our Southeast Asia Hult Prize program, we have a foreign trade university in Vietnam.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, let's start. Hi there, we are Bias, a biotech startup based in Vietnam, dedicating ourselves to saving the world by using natural products to create leather-like material. So, why an alternative to leather? Well, while the two options are as strong, one uses an extravagant number of resources and the other needs only a few ingredients and some water to cultivate. What takes conventional leather approximately 3 years to grow, with Bias, we only need 1 month, which is 36 times faster. It is also durable, water resistant, naturally dyed, and animal free. Bias leather is our answer to all ethical questions in the fashion industry. We produce leather for bags and accessories during our first few years and then gradually shift to different sectors such as packaging and interior decorations. Our mission, the biomaterial revolution. We aim for a world where materials can be grown and then decomposed naturally in full circulation. Thank you.
Great pitch. Great job. I thought that was excellent. You left me wondering why, you know, the alternative leather industry has yet to really boom. Maybe you could address that. But I think overall, great job. But again, you know, as I think about it, it's like the quality and the cost of anything that's ever been an alternative to leather has not been market compelling. And I'd love also to hear about some traction that you may have had with your product to make sure that I know it's not just an idea, that it's something that's in development, it's been tested and been scaled. But overall, great pitch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, and just so everybody knows, we have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more presentations. We'll do one more, and I know we want to stay on time, but I do think it's important to just take a minute break. So we'll do this one, and then we'll do like a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back for the, you know, another 5. Oh, you want to do a break now or next? Oh, Nelly, you're showing me that we have a 2-minute break scheduled for the next slide. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. You're reading my mind. See everybody, that's why I told you, Nelly's got this ship under control. All right, Farm Hut, you are up.
Hi, CEO. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I was having some trouble with my phone. Anyway, we're so excited to be pitching our pitch. So it goes like this. I live in Rose, Zimbabwe, in a place called Nyazura, right? So in the past 3 years only, there have been over 30 people who have left farming at all, and they've gone to do other things. But then that hasn't been productive as yet. Now, there are 2 things that a farmer needs in Zimbabwe to make it at the end of the tunnel. There are 2 things. These are logistics, moving the produce from the farm to the market. This is very, very expensive in Zimbabwe, finding the right customer match that is going to buy your produce at a specific price. Now, the problem is not this. Farmers do not have links to the markets. Now you have to travel to the market to sell your goods. Absurd. This is what we came to solve. Post-corona, we had over 60% post-harvest losses happening for smallholder farmers alone. But then we managed to lower this down. We have managed to do over 4,000 transactions, bearing over 2.5 thousand farmers nationwide. This is an online platform that links to farmers and farmers to customers who have paying markets. Now, our business model is simple. They transact on our site. We link them, we match them, we help them with logistics and delivery.
Time out.
Then we get...
Okay. Sorry, bud. Sorry. Okay, look.
No, it's okay.
Your company has a chance to not just change the dynamic in Zimbabwe, but all of Africa. But you've got to slow down and you've got to really be more concrete in what it is that you're doing. It took about 35 seconds for you to tell us that there's a marketplace supply problem with smallhold farmers in Zimbabwe. And we need to understand very quickly that you've built a technology which puts smallhold farmers into the major marketplaces while eliminating the middlemen through a new robust technology. Every expert on this call knows that smallhold farmers get killed by middlemen. Everyone on this call knows that. So we need you to tell us in this 60 seconds, don't lose the opportunity to tell us about your breakthrough technology and how it's equalizing the game for farmers and that you've done 4,000 transactions. That's at the end. Now I want to know what you're going to do next and how you're going to get your tech into the hands of every smallhold farmer in Africa. So great job. And I'm excited about what your team can do. Thank you so much. Next team, please.
Thank you.
Great. We're going to take now a 2-minute break. Love to hear from some of our other experts in the room. And experts, please start thinking about which ones of these teams would you like to adopt as your own children for the next, I guess 12 to 16 weeks or so, or even longer, actually. We've got 24 weeks until we're at the castle. But we're going to play it slow. The commitment for mentorship does not start until we finish our phase 1, which is 90 days from now at the beginning of September. So this is an opportunity for you all to get to meet some of our wonderful startups and hopefully fall in love with them as much as we have. Love to hear a little bit more from the expert community or anyone else, staff or participants that have anything to say during our 2-minute break.
I make a comment, and this is my 6th year, so I'm kind of a newbie, but it seems to me that the teams have a greater proof of concept at a very early stage than I've seen in previous years. They're not in ideation stage, they've actually done something. Am I correct in that?
Yes, Marilyn, with the expansion, we're now running our on-campus programs. When you started, we didn't even have an on-campus program. Today, we have 2,000 or so brick and mortar Hult Prize programs, which are starting in the summer before. So right now, Hult Prize is starting on college campuses around the world, and it's July. So before they're even presenting on their on-campus stage, they've got 6 months and then another 3 months of time and coaching and mentorship going into the regional round in March. And then, of course, our application pool, and when you started with us, we had 10,000 a year that just put in a paper application. This past year, we had almost 300,000 participants who didn't apply. They actually created a startup. So the competition is causing this funnel, and the funnel is reacting through higher quality, better output. But thank you for noticing.
Interesting.
Hi, everyone. It's Lakeisha. And I just want to say that there's just such great energy coming from the teams. As I listen to your pitches, I think the ones that are most easy for me to follow are the ones that are really simple. So my grandmother's going to be 93 in like a month and a half. And sometimes, when we're chatting and, I'm trying to tell her about something that I'm working on, I've got to break it down into simplified pieces. So I encourage you, if you haven't already done so, don't just pitch to your friends or people within your same peer group. Pitch to as many different types of people as possible so that you can figure out how to get to the core of what it is that you do, and then you can make it more universally understood. But I really, really look forward to getting to know you all and working with all of you.
That's super advice. Keep it simple.
Hi, everyone. I just want to, as an observer and a great fan of the Hult Prize, thank you, Ahmad. I'm astonished and delighted by your insight into every project and every bit of effort these teams are making. They're all beautiful, and it gives me great hope in this time of COVID, right? And the situation around the globe, to be able to pull this out of the youngsters that are actually going to make a difference.
Great, and thank you for your continuous support and friendship over 10 years. So,
hey Matt, if I could throw something in here, this is Phil Auerswald. I've been involved in the Hult Prize for a number of years. I'm Chief Academic Officer of the Hult Prize, and want to reiterate what the others have said positively. Great start to all this, but want to let you guys know that you will be pulled along by the other teams, and you will see how you're all going to be pushing the envelope because you have more time. So what I really think you need to be thinking about today as you're putting together your 1-minute pitches is, how strong are my fundamentals? How well do I know my customer? How well do I understand my market? And how am I going to use this unique environment where people are still disproportionately at home or just transitioning out or whatever, to do that foundational work so that when you get to Ashridge, you know your customer, you have contracts, you have some traction that you can sort of build upon and take that energy of the expert network to get you to the next level, because all of the other teams will be doing that. So, so if you feel good about where you are, that's a great start, but don't build on top before you've got your foundation straight.
Yes, great. And thank you, Phil. And I'm sure Phil, is as shocked as I am when we authored this year's challenge. You always wonder, what are we going to end up with in terms of ideas? And it's actually refreshing. I know it is refreshing for him as it is for me to see some of these ideas make it.
Totally agree, Ahmad. Amazing to see what's come out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? We have time for one more, and then we'll just jump right into the final five.
Yeah. If I can come in here, it's my first year, so I'm a real newbie when it comes to coming in here. But I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I actually had a couple startups that I've sold, and I listened to about 20 hardcore pitches every week from startups that are looking for investment. And just to sort of echo what Lakeisha was saying and what Phil was saying, basically, simple, state the problem, state your solution, and why your solution is going to beat all the other solutions out there. And to keep it simple like that, because that's the clarity that, especially if you're giving a 1 minute pitch. I mean, 1 minute pitch is tough. I mean, a 5 minute pitch is tough. 1 minute pitch is really tough. But if you can keep it as clear as that, I mean, that just helps us a lot in trying to figure out exactly the flow of where you're going and where we can help. And thanks for bringing me on board. Like I say, year one.
Great. Yeah. You got to start somewhere. It's a pleasure to have you, David, and your insight is spot on. And what I will remind all of our experts out there, the majority of our startups were not startups less than 8-9 months ago. They weren't even ideas. And I think the beauty of what we take pride in at the Hult Prize is being able to convert ordinary students that never maybe imagine themselves as entrepreneurs and take them through an entrepreneurial journey. So if you put that in perspective, where they are today, given where they were 8 or 9 months ago, this is nothing short of a miracle, frankly speaking. And those of us that have built companies know how hard it is to come up with an idea, create a prototype, commercialize, and scale. So hats off to everybody. And do not, startups, discredit yourself by not keeping, as you've heard from multiple experts now, your startup pitch very simple. So thanks, David. Really appreciate the comments. Let's get right back into it. Let's drive this baby home, and we'll come back to closing comments from some of our amazing and wonderful expert community. Let's go to Plasville out of Beirut from Lebanon.
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes, Hani, loud and clear.
Okay. More than 350,000 tons of plastic waste is randomly dumped daily, and road discrepancies such as potholes and misleveled manholes are a leading cause of car accidents. Maintaining these discrepancies is a $30 billion market in the MENA region alone. Plasville is an eco-friendly and durable product made up of non-biodegradable waste that allows municipalities and contractors to fix road discrepancies. Other players have incorporated waste materials into their road mix, but we remain the only ones providing a time-efficient solution for both potholes and manholes. The team is made up of 5 civil engineers with contracting, consulting, and management experiences. Our vision is to provide safer roads and decrease dump non-biodegradable waste. We have already received an investment of $10,000 from the Pre-Accelerator program and are already in talks with several potential customers. And you should be involved because recycled roads are the new way to go.
Great. Thank you so much. I think my favorite part of your 1 minute pitch was the last thing you said, which was recycled roads are the next big thing. Okay, yeah. Thank you. right? Like I was waiting for your whole pitch to, I'm thinking to myself, so how are these guys going to compete with infrastructure developer, right? But I understand that you're coming up with a new product which allows you to reuse as opposed to create new coverings for infrastructure, for roads.
Yeah.
And yeah, but say that up front, because that's the breakthrough.
Okay.
You know, that's the, you have to say, like, since the beginning of time, when, you know, we started the world with dirt roads, we moved to concrete and paved roads, and that's the way things have been done since the beginning of time until now, right? We asked ourselves, if you can recycle a bottle, why can't you recycle a road, right? And then all of a sudden, the pitch, I'm like, yes, I'm very interested, because I've never imagined the idea of a recycled road. And you'll be on your way to a wonderful and exciting pitch, which is backed by great traction, I think, so far. So thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next slide, next team, please. Ooh.
Hi,
Joe,
Ahmad. Can you hear us?
I've been waiting for your pitch.
Okay, so my name is Caro. I'm the CEO of Gelware. Hi, I'm Dani. I'm the CFO of Gelware. And we will start right now. Did you know that each disposable diaper takes up to 500 years to decompose, and each year more than 50 million diapers go into the huge amount of contamination worldwide? To fight against this problem, in Gelware, we have created a new generation of diapers by fusing the comfort of the reusable flow diapers with the versatility of the disposable ones. Our disposable membrane is biodegradable, and it is elaborated using cellulose extracted from cane waste, thus reducing drastically the cost of production and sell price to 25 cents per unit compared with the regular commercialized diapers that can cost up to $1. The global diaper market size will reach $67 billion by 2022. At Gelware, we have the skills, methods, and experts to revolutionize the disposable diapers industry and to stop with one of the main sources of contamination worldwide. Thank you.
Great, good job. I thought the back and forth was a little confusing. Next time, maybe, you know, Carol, you just do the pitch, you know, or one of, you know, it's tough. Your product is badass. That pitch did not do it justice, just so we're clear. Everybody's been thinking about recyclable diapers, right? Diapers are one of the world's biggest contributors to environmental pollution. And we need to understand quickly why disposable diapers, non-recyclable diapers have not worked. That's important. And I also want to know about the breakthrough that you've made. Your breakthrough is because you've created a part disposable and part reusable component to your recyclable diaper. And I think that's the game changer, because as I go out and market survey, there's a handful of companies, but not a lot. Somewhere in between this hybrid model is a breakthrough, plus the traction that you've had, and then of course, finally the price point. So you've made everything the same, except it's better for the environment. And every young mother out there who's a millennial will choose your product over the competitor, right? As long as each of the previous points is true. So we need to talk about that a little bit more. Overall, I think it's great. I think you excited people, and I think both of you are exciting. So I think it's going to be a wonderful product as it gets to market.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, MTF from the University, Jordan University of Science Technology.
Yes, hi, Mr. Ahmed. It's Hajar, Team MTF.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Yes. Good. So traditional
You're ready.
shipping logistics. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Traditional shipping logistics cause a lot of waste in money, time, and have very complex supply chains that has a huge carbon footprint and packaging waste. Crowds are a hit. Millions of people, billions of passengers, and trillions of goods. MTA is a crowd shipping platform which connects a traveler with available luggage space to someone who wants to send items to the same traveler destination. We offer secure, fast, flexible, and cheaper shipments with no duty fees, and offer travelers the chance to lower their traveling expenses or even travel for free. We've already launched our MVP platform to start our testing phase from Jordan to Gulf countries. MTA is commission-based, 70% to the traveler and 30% to us. MTA's magic perceives in increasing social responsibility and being part of the new sharing economy, while reducing the environmental impact and streamlining traditional supply chains using the power of crowd logistics. Our process is simple: connect, travel, earn. Thank you.
Amazing. I think that's the best 1-minute pitch probably we had today so far. Very clear, very concise. You identified the opportunity. You talked about your MVP. You talked about your traction. You created some very cool words in crowdsourced logistics. I think great job. The only feedback I have for you is if you can take 30% out of your presentation, of your 1-minute pitch, and then go slower. That's all. And other than that, I think job very, very well done. There are some questions around, is it legal? Is it not legal? You may want to consider just preempting that, like, while we know this is what you would call cavalier. We say, we recognize this is a cavalier startup, that we may be breaking some laws, some rules, some cultural norms, but we believe, that's the future of the sharing economy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great job. Great presentation.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you're very audible.
Okay, so I'll start.
Great.
Faith and devotion in India has been synonymous with religious practices since time immemorial. In India, we have this tradition of donating flowers to every religious place we visit, be it temples, mosques, or gurudwaras. Almost 80 lakh metric tons of flower waste is dumped into the Ganga every year. And when these generous offerings turn into colossal waste, it creates a detrimental impact on the environment. Hence, SN by Arpan aims to revolutionize this practice through the production of premium flower-based incense sticks. Incense sticks are scented sticks that are widely used in India and are gaining popularity abroad as well. These incense sticks are hand-rolled by specially able people and then are packaged in our 3-lie eco-friendly packaging by rural women, thus providing them with livelihood and taking a step towards a sustainable environment as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. For that pitch, you guys must do more than just sell incense sticks. I'm sure, because you wouldn't have made it to the Hult Prize final. So the pitch on that 60-second, basically, for me, is like, oh, they just sell incense, right? But I think we need a little bit more clarity on the problem and how your solution connects back to the problem. That's all. So 2 good components, but let's bring them together through a little bit more, preemptive pitching on the idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Wonderful. But I have your business plan right here in front of me. So I know that there's more, and I'd love for you to share more. Great pitch. Next team, please. Okay, Nabu.
Hi to everyone. It's a wonderful day, and now, so let's start.
Go ahead, start when you're ready.
Did you know that a traditional toothbrush degrades in 450 to 500 years? In addition to this product, we only use the 10%, which are the bristles, and the remaining 90% will be added to the remaining 50 million brushes that only Bolivia, my country, uses in a year. For this reason, and for the sanitary problem that my country had the last year, we created Nabu, a biodegradable toothbrush made from bamboo that grows in Bolivia. For 1 minute, it degrades in 130 to 150 days after you remove the bristles with tweezers. And if you use it at compost, Nabu brush will go back to the earth where it belongs, turning into dust. Let's make a change.
Great. So again, you didn't do yourself justice. You're the team that's eliminating toothpaste tubes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why didn't you say that? The problem of waste we need to talk about up front, and why you have built this. Again, it's a simple product, but we need to understand how this is going to go from small product to big impact very quickly and very succinctly. I love the product, and I want you to do it justice in the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Show it to everybody. Do you have it in your hand? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, next time. Yeah, there it is. There's the product. All right, wonderful, guys. It's been a great session. I think we're supposed to go to 11:30. We're 2 minutes over. I'll allow closing remarks. Kareem, Nelly, do you guys want to close us out?
Sure. Okay, I'm back, right? Wow, that was wonderful. I'm super, super, super inspired and like full of energy from watching and listening to all of the pitches. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Very small housekeeping. This is the last serious thing of the week. What's next in our agenda for this very first week is a social event on Friday, which is again completely optional. I hope we see all of you there. But we're asking you to prepare one slide on your team to introduce it to the crowd. And of course,
Nelly, sorry to interrupt. Just before we do housekeeping for the startups, I want to give the experts final words if they want to say anything, if there's some we haven't heard from, and then that way they can get on their way and we can finish the housekeeping and the next steps and the plans for the teams.
Perfect.
Yes, hi everyone. Rafael Alonso here. Also first-time mentor here at Hult Prize. Fortunately, have been a mentor and a startup founder myself. One thing to remind everybody, you guys have a huge asset, and that is your youth. If you can demonstrate that as Ahmad said, in just a few months, you went from 0 to a lot of traction, and I would love to see more traction actually. If you can tell the story that if we put money, time, advice to support you guys, in a few years, we can make that, 10 times, 100 times more, and we can together change the world, then I think you're on the right track. So don't forget that you have so much time ahead of you.
Yeah, that's great advice. Give us the, if you help us, like I will help 1 billion people. And that's part of my plan. That's would be
what the Hult Prize is all about. Yeah.
Great advice.
Hi,
other experts? Yes, Bao.
Bao from UC. That was really challenging, actually, to do that in 1 minute. So well done to everyone. And with the technical problems, it can make it even more challenging. But just a suggestion here, but would it be useful for the teams to actually add an ask at the end of their pitch so that the mentors can actually pick up on anything specific? So if it's like advice on maybe their business model or connections, but that could help us draw out more of our networks and our expertise.
Yes, great. What they'll be going through in the next week or so is a business opportunity mapping program. And I think they might not even know what they need right now. And I think once we get that identified, absolutely. That should be a requirement to all the startups. Ask the experts what you need, and that way they can make it happen for you. And it's, it's much easier for them to be very custom tailor in how they can help you, rather than making us think, in best ways we could offer support. Very good feedback. Thank you.
Hello, Ahmad. I'm Masoon. Here's Masoon. I have this one suggestion for you, for all of you. You shared with us the PDF file titled "Meet the Team 2020." When I was reading the experience or what they want to do, I thought, sorry for that, the children. So when I was reading the PDF file, I found that now they are providing us more details in 1 minute pitch. So I suggest for them, from all these teams, to write down what they told us about during this 1 minute pitch. so we'll be able to read more and to understand
Yeah.
more about real
So
startups, the
what
companies.
Dr. Maysoon is saying is that your write-ups sucked. And I told you that we were not going to write them for you. I usually write them for the teams. I told the team, we're not writing them for you. You have done a very poor job in writing your own descriptions in our media book. So rewrite them and allow us to better present you the way you've better presented yourself in these 1-minute pitches.
Yes.
Good feedback. I'm glad it came from you so I could.
Thank you. Sorry for the noise, but the children was knocking on the door
Don't worry.
suddenly. Sorry about that.
Great. Anyone else?
If I may.
Yes, please. Nice
Hi.
to see you.
How are you guys? No, this is absolutely great. What I wanted to say is that it's truly inspiring to take part of today's call. I mean, the key to Hult Prize is really to look at that collective power of really listening to one another, getting inspired by one another. The 1-minute pitch and the call today really allows us to do that. I would advise every team to really get the inspiration from others, especially those who've done a really good job today and who've gotten that feedback, and never shy to really ask for, support, for help. All of the experts have years and years of experience, and we're really participating in the accelerator to give you part of that. And never shy away from, asking for help. Our emails are available, and we're there to support.
انتوا في اللحظة اللي أنا بحكي فيها معي دقيقة أحكي فيها حكيتها حددت الباب علي.
I'm trying to mute. I can't mute her. Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Khalid, for that wonderful feedback and for spending the time with us. We do appreciate guys. Well, I know if you experts are as busy, for some reason in quarantine we get busier. So I know you guys are more busy than usual. So it's exceptional for you to give us this time. Any other closing remarks from any of the experts or anyone from our staff? Cheryl?
Yeah, I wanted to say, you're on Zoom and you have an incredible opportunity to use video in a different way. You can change your virtual backgrounds. I mean, just anything you want to do, you should take advantage of that.
Amazing. It'd be your slide deck.
There you go. That's all I wanted to add on. And just how you sit, face forward, not looking down, not looking up. Just really think about it.
You are such a Silicon Valley techie. You could get a big cool mic like mine too.
Yeah, I will.
Great. Anyone else? Omar, you don't have anything to say? But Zoom doesn't work in the Emirates either?
No, don't worry. This works here.
What do you think?
Honestly, I'm excited to see what happens moving forward. And I think it's just to echo all the other experts' feedback, have an ask, take it easy, talk about your startup. And it's just day one, like Ahmed said, so go easy on yourself, but it's a journey and you're going to come out much, much stronger as people and as startups.
Awesome. Okay, well, if experts, love to hear from you, if anything else. Otherwise, we're not kicking you off the call. You're more than welcome to stay. We just want to be conscious of your time. Next steps on your end, we'll be emailing you follow-ups, and you'll get the requested documents from our side. I think Ryan Reed, you don't have anything to say, buddy? I saw you had some comments in the chat box, which we will be sure to get out to you. But if there's
I'm just extremely excited about this year. There were some genuinely new ideas, I mean, I think we've so many wonderful familiar faces here. We've heard a lot of ideas in the past. A lot of times they'll get repeated. And I think this time there might have been more new, genuinely novel ideas than I think we've had in any previous cohort. So very excited about this year and very excited about Hult Prize in general. So thanks again for letting me be part.
Yeah, our pleasure, buddy. Thanks for being on. And I don't know if we've given the official word, but we're going to head out to the castle for Christmas and do the accelerator over winter. So I look forward to seeing a lot of you out there with us. Okay.
Ahmad, just a quick clarification question. We will be sending our feedback to Kareem or Nelly or Andrea, you?
Yeah, Andrea is going to be sending out some documents. We've got a full corporate relations team in place operating out of we've moved that to our headquarters. I think we've got 5 or 6 people working just to make sure you guys are taken care of. So we've got a couple days. We're just working through some technical, making sure everything is clear. And you'll be getting documentation to give your feedback. It'll be a Google form. You'll submit that. We'll aggregate it and we'll make it available for the crowd. And we're building our tech platform. The reason why we're scrambling a little bit is because our tech platform, it's going to be called the council we talked about, be called we41.org. It's a Hult Prize community. It'll be done in the next 3 weeks. That'll be the one-stop shop for everything. Documents, connections, you can sign in with a Facebook profile or with a LinkedIn profile. It's going to take Hult Prize to the next level. It'll actually connect this expert community with our global community. You're talking like, for example, in Zimbabwe, we had an on-campus event with 20 judges and experts. You, Vinod, will be able to connect with those guys in that network. So that's the next phase. And until then, it's going to be a little sloppy. I apologize in advance for that. But we will be humming in the next 30 days, and I'm excited.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay, experts, please feel free to make your way, stay on the call. We'd love for you to stay. If you need to go, please go. Andrea is going to do a double check to make sure you have feedback forms, and we'll be providing navigators for the upcoming schedule of events, as well as some of the other activities happening. Remember, none of this is mandatory for you. None of this is mandatory for the startups. We're doing our best to create a curated, peer-to-peer, self-guided learning opportunity and community for our class of 2020 cohort. I'm available at your dispense if you want to talk about anything from business to Hult Prize to what I'm seeing in the marketplace. Please feel free to reach out. I'm more available now than ever before. Thank you, experts, and we look forward to being in touch with you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ahmad.
I'll turn it back over to you. My pleasure. Greg, do you want to say anything before I turn it back over? Where are you, by the way?
I'm in Colombia.
This
is a real background. I can't switch backgrounds like Cheryl does.
I was gonna say, is that a real background? My gosh.
Yeah, I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now, where I've been since the 3rd of February.
Rough life, bro. Rough life.
I know. Tell you, man. I tell you. No, I think everybody did a great job. I guess the only thing that I would add to the comments, and I really am very excited about what we saw today. So thanks for putting this on, guys. Is remember, a 1-minute pitch is also called an elevator pitch, and you have to imagine that you've just gotten into an elevator and you're going up to the top floor with the most important person for you to meet that you could possibly meet. And you've only got that elevator ride to tell that person what it is that he or she needs to know in order for them to give you their business card and say, please contact me. I'd like to know more. So as you think about an elevator pitch, think about no more than the two most important things that you want that person to know. And as they know that, and so that by the time you get to the top floor, they know those things and they're handing you their business card. So it's a really hard, elevator pitches are way harder than the 6-minute pitches that you're going to have to do when you move forward in the acceleration process. But it's two most important things. And I think, Ahmad, you said that, not exactly those words, but you said that many times as you went through and reviewed these pitches today. I think you guys did great jobs. I know how hard it is. I really, really do. I've done this all my life. But great first start, everybody. Thanks. And I think this is a great format, guys. In this pandemic situation that we're in, I had no idea how we're going to do this year, but it's a learning experience for us all. But I think it's a great format.
Yeah, I think, didn't you message me? You were like, what are we doing this year? We canceled the program. I said, come on, we'll figure it out. We'll be okay. Gosh, guys, if we could kill the screen, let's just take a picture real quick. I forgot to do a picture. So stop sharing the screen, go into gallery mode, and great. We're going to take a picture here, the marketing team. We're going to take a couple so that we can get everybody. So Nelly, are you grabbing the photo?
Yes, I'm grabbing a photo. I need to take 3 of them.
Ricardo, if you could also grab photos if you're on the call, just smile, keep smiling for the next 10 seconds.
10 seconds, guys. Wait.
Go to the next screen, get another one.
Yes, I have 4 screens, so you have to keep on smiling. And everyone has their cameras. This is so cool. Okay, 2.
So cool.
I'm missing 2 more pictures. Give me a second. 3. And 1 more. Wait. Guys, this last screen doesn't have anyone. Okay, there we go. With their cameras. There we go. Cool. I have all of them.
Great job, everybody. Thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Help me
so much.
really thank the experts. They just spent 2 hours of their time with you. Believe me, they could be anywhere in the world right now, and some of them are, and they're here with you, supporting you. So please thank them. Follow them on social media. Follow them on Instagram. Tell them how much you love and appreciate their support of you and our program. And I know that they soon will reciprocate that love for you as they get to know you and some of your startups. So thank you, experts. We love you, we appreciate you, and we look forward to spending more and more time with you and to see you soon. I mean, it's 6 months away, but we'll be in the castle together for Christmas and New Year soon, and we're looking forward to that.
Just to close out what Greg said about the elevator pitch, something for everyone to think about. One of the things we really all need to do is think on our feet. When you get on that elevator, what's the first thing you should do? You should look at the button that the guy you've been wanting to meet has pressed, and press the button that's on a floor higher than his. So you have more time with him.
One more comment to make, Aman. And during this COVID situation, the Hult Prize team and the whole engine is like an express train. And it's got its logos on it, its pink logos, and it moves on. And it's going to keep moving, COVID or not. Anything happens, you keep going, people get on, people get off, and it's business as usual.
Power to the team. Thanks for everything, Andrea, Nelly, Carla, everybody who's doing what they're doing. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Ashok, and thank you, Amrita. We appreciate your support. God knows the team is working extra hard. I'm not traveling, so I'm sitting behind a computer and a phone all day long. So God help our team and give them patience as they have to deal with me not being on an airplane and traveling around. So thanks to them and thanks to everybody. Really, it's an absolute pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It was very nice meeting you all.
Great. Great. Next, Nelly, do you want to give next step to
Yes,
to the great, thank you.
Cool. Very quick, guys. I won't take more than 2 minutes. So this was amazing. I'm glad that now we all know each other, at least through our 1-minute pitches. I don't know if you heard, but there's a saying that goes like, your network is your net worth, or your net worth is your network. So right now it's completely up to you to connect with one another. We encourage you to either tag, send a shout out to your favorite pitches, but we really want you to, again, remember this week is to network and to meet each other. So completely up to you. This is the last serious thing we're gonna do this week. On Friday, we have our fun intro session. So we're asking you, of course, again, completely optional, to prepare one slide to introduce yourselves in a different way. I don't know if you were national champions of salsa or know how to play an instrument. I don't know, something different that you want to share with us. That would be great. Please send those slides through your community managers and confirm if you're gonna be attending. That would make our lives much easier. And final reminders, please, now you saw which pictures of you we have. So if you have anyone, like anything better, it would be highly, highly, highly appreciated. We will be following one-on-one anyway with you. And of course, please review once again your team descriptions. I think Ahmed stressed the importance of having those at 100%. So cool. That's it from my side. Thank you for your time. We'll be sharing again also this recording afterwards during the day so that you can all have it available. And I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. Thank you so much, guys. It was great. Super inspiring session. See you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye all. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.